Welcome to Espoo in Finland for this FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 qualifier between Finland and Slovenia. And what a game we have. Two big heavyweights slugging it out tonight. Our visitors, Slovenia, well, they enter the game riding high after making their first ever appearance at the Olympics in the summer in Tokyo. Whilst Finland, our hosts, well, they continue to be that team that every neutral loves to root for. Their fast-paced, hard-nosed brand of basketball is something that it's tough not to fall in love with. This is game 3 of what could be 12 on both of these teams' paths to the World Cup. Let's have a look at the group standings. At the moment, Sweden and Finland sit with a 1 win apiece, while Slovenia top the table with a perfect start from qualification window 1. Croatia will take on Sweden later this evening in Croatia. That will finish out game day 3. And remember, looking at that group, it's the top 3 teams which will progress through to the second qualification round. And even more importantly, it's important to remember they'll take their results from the first round with them through to the second round. So every single game, every single result is critical in their path to qualification. Slovenia being introduced to the crowd. A real golden age potentially of Slovenian basketball right now. Plenty of familiar faces who took to the floor in Tokyo in the summer to finish 4th in their first ever outing at the Olympics. I was fortunate enough to cover their Olympic qualifying tournament where they secured their spot at the Tokyo Olympics. Now for Finland, establishing themselves as a fixture in European basketball as we see their mascot on the mid-court, waving the wolf flag around. And their growth has been nothing short of impressive, really. After not qualifying for a Eurobasket since 1995, they've now qualified for 5 Eurobaskets in a row and the 2014 World Cup in Spain. They narrowly missed out on the World Cup in China in 2019. They had a 6-win, 6-loss record, so they can be slightly frustrated they didn't book a ticket on the flight to China. And again, plenty of familiar faces on the floor for Finland today. And under the stewardship of coach Henrik Detman, they could make it to their 2nd ever World Cup. Always a dapper looking coaching staff, the Finnish coaching staff, looking good again today in their suits as we just wait for the in-arena experience to really pump up. As I said, this is game day 3 for both of these teams. Back in the first qualification window, Finland lost on the opening day of the qualification against Sweden in Sweden, and then picked up an impressive win at home against Croatia. As for Slovenia, they won both their games against Croatia and Sweden on that opening day. It'll be interesting to see how Slovenia face up against an improved Finnish roster. Plenty of big names coming back into the roster for this second qualification window. And Finland are pretty impressive at home. They've won 5 of their last 6 home games in the World Cup qualifiers. However, it's likely this is going to be a close game. Both of these teams don't win by a lot. So strap yourselves in for what could be a big game. We'll now have a break in commentary to respect both the national anthem of Slovenia and of Finland.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthems. We start with the anthem of Slovenia. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Finland.
Scene is perfectly set for a big game of international basketball. And one thing you're certain of coming here to Finland for a game is the atmosphere in the arena will be red hot throughout the game. Again, slightly limited numbers in the arena, but it's great to have fans back in the seats, creating the atmosphere that we love around big night basketball. Both teams now entering the final phases of their warm-ups. Celine, just one of the so familiar faces that we see around Finnish basketball. Now here are your officials: Wojciech Liszka, Paulo Marquez and Tanel Suslov from Poland, Portugal and Estonia respectively. Looks like they're ready to go. The players are ready to go. I know I am. This could be an absolutely wonderful game of basketball. Two great teams that play team basketball, going toe-to-toe, possession against possession. And Slovenia, well, they have a slight wrong to answer. They didn't make it through to the World Cup in China after winning Eurobasket. Here's their starting five. It's Rupnik, Muric, Toby, Blazic and Dragic. That is some familiar faces on show, some real powerful players. All five of them were part of the Olympic roster for Slovenia in the summer. And what talent coming off the bench, including the likes of Prepelic, Coach Sekulic. Well, he's been nothing short of inspirational since taking the helm just 2 years ago. I'm sure he couldn't have in his wildest dreams believed how his team could have performed. They were phenomenal in the Olympic qualifying tournament and so impressive in Tokyo. Just one game away from securing a bronze medal, losing out to Australia in that bronze medal match. As for Finland, here's their starting five: Huff, Salin, Valtonen, Madsen and Sipala. And again, plenty of talent coming off the bench for Coach Detman. An elder statesman of basketball. I'm sure he'd probably find that offensive, but I've said it now. And he really has brought together a structure in Finnish basketball that just keeps upsetting the odds. You know, they must be considered to be a minnow, but that doesn't matter. They turn up day in, day out, tournament after tournament, and put in big performances that really do step above what you expect. And the credit has to go to the coaching staff as well as the players for exactly how impressive Finnish basketball has been in the last 5 years now, maybe even longer. In fact, it's probably 10 years, it's really, isn't it? How time flies. Final moments now as we see the Tissot countdown to tip off, tick through to the final minute of our build-up to today's game. Slovenia ranked 4th in the world, 2nd behind only Spain in Europe. Finland, well, they're ranked 17th, and the ranking would suggest that maybe they're a bit of an outsider for picking up one of the 12 qualification spots from Europe. I would argue with anyone that says they're a rank outsider for anything. I would not be surprised to see Finland at the World Cup in Asia next year. And I think the expectation is Slovenia will be there as well. So both these teams have an expectation on themselves to qualify. And this is a big game for both these teams. Slovenia want to keep their perfect start to qualification going. Remember, all of these first round qualification games carry forward to the second round. So every game counts. Slovenia would love to make it 3-0, whilst Finland would love to move to a 2-1. The crowd, the noise starting to increase in the arena. Moments before opening tip. Just a reminder, if you want to stay on top of all the World Cup qualification games, download the FIBA World Cup app, available on iOS and Android, completely free. Definitely a great companion to jump onto whilst the games progress. Game day 3 underway here in Espoo, Finland. Finland welcoming Slovenia to the arena, and the noise levels start to rise. Sepala goes strong, no good. Into the hands of Valtonen, and he'll get the score. That will sell some Finnish nerves. They know they must be considered as slight underdogs going into the game today. Dragic gets hedged out. Toby, he can certainly shoot the ball. Unorthodox shooting style Mark Toby has, but has been shown to be effective. Alexander Madsen hands it off now to Valtonen. Madsen deep down low in the post, going to work against Muric. Offensive foul's going to be called. Too much of a swing in elbows to clear Muric out the way. First foul of the game. Alexander Madsen's brings a fair bit of experience with him. Just 27 years old, but has played in 4 different countries. He's currently in his 3rd season with Riga in Latvia, not too far away from his homeland. Rupnik now moves the ball on. Blazic, oh, look at the handle. Almost kicked to the corner, but that one's batted away. It will remain Slovenian ball. 4.9 seconds left on the shot clock for them to work with. No joy that time down the floor for Slovenia. Back into the low post. Oh, lovely give and go. What a lovely slash to the basket as Sipala gets the score. Rupnik to Dragic. Blazic from the corner, no good. Toby fighting hard down low. Gives it up to Dragic, who slashes to the basket himself and gets Slovenia their first score of the game. Almost a carry, manages to get the pass away in time. Valtonen. Sipala. Oh, that pass was there. Madsen didn't take it, took the shot himself instead. Toby scoops up his 2nd rebound of the game. Quick ball movement off the foot of Salin. So it's going to be a sideline possession for Slovenia. Good ball movement, good patience. Shot clock down to 4 though. Muric just barrels his way to the basket. That's great defense by Huff. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. Tenacious defense is one of the signatures of Finnish basketball. It was the building blocks that all this success has stemmed from. And they continue to ply it. Look at the footwork from Huff. Just keeps enough body on Muric to force the turnover through the shot clock. Slovenia returning the favour though, putting on plenty of pressure themselves. Sipala almost loses the handle. They retain possession. Valtonen, no good. Knocked back though. Good hustle by Valtonen. Fakes a 3, takes the 3, drains the 3. Big shot. Elias Valtonen. 22-year-old stepping up to the plate. Blazic, no good. Huff flying through the paint to secure the rebound. Finland in the ascendancy right now. Ah, mistake by Valtonen, stepped out of bounds. Didn't re-establish himself before securing possession. Turnover for Finland. Wilson comes into the game as Sipala heads to the bench. Dragic to Blazic. And Slovenia will have confidence in themselves. Plenty of players, in fact all 5 on the floor, were part of their Olympics campaign. Toby, no joy as the Finnish defense is just sprawling. Rebound by Dragic. Strong move, Zoran Dragic. Gets the score. All 4 points so far for Slovenia, coming out of the hands of Dragic. That door cut is no good. The pass is a little bit behind the play. Rupnik hands it off back to Dragic. Tried to find the pass, but it was an almost impossible pass. Huff now hands it back. Wilson for three. Not this time. Foul's going to be called. Let's see who that's on. It's Wilson that took the shot. Valtonen called for the foul. And as much as Finland seem like they've had the better start to this game, they only lead by 2 as we see Huff head to the bench. It's always the key in basketball, when you kind of control the momentum and you're at the reins of the game, you need to make it pay. You need to extend your lead as much as you can. Pass inside to Toby. And that's one of the benefits of Mike Toby at the 5 for Slovenia. Very mobile, very athletic, has range, can step out and shoot. Really is a modern iteration of a big. Salim, nothing there. Comes back out. Murphy comes up way short with that attempt. Just takes a layer of paint off the front of the iron. Eric Murphy. Blazic drives past his defender, gets the easy score. How many times has Jaka Blazic done that in his career? Jandanon hands it off, but a foul has been called on Blazic. A little bit too keen on the steal, Jaka Blazic. Wilson now kicks it back to Murphy. Murphy's looking to hand it off to Valtonen. Valtonen turns the corner, drives inside, pure strength. And as he gets the 2, scored average 7.5 points and 6.5 rebounds across the first 2 qualification games. Dragic for 3, just puts up an air ball. That's a collector's item from Zoran Dragic. Almost a wry smile on his face. Player of that prestige. As you won't see many of those. Wilson now brings it up over the half. One of the heroes of Finland's campaign back in 2017 in Eurobasket, when they hosted a group in Helsinki. Murphy for 3, nails the 3. Eric Murphy didn't play in the first qualification window, but certainly the veteran getting it done. Muric trying to cancel that one out straight away, fails to do so, and Finland hold on to their 3-point lead. Rupnik called for the foul on Wilson. This is the problem you have with both these teams, to be fair. It is shooter after shooter after shooter in the 12-man rosters for both. And as we see the bearded figure of Žiga Dimec come into the game. Lebets also comes in as well. Foul's going to be called straight away on Matic Rebets. Just slightly pushing Wilson over the line. 13th foul of the quarter for Slovenia, so no real problems as yet. 3:44 still left to play in the first quarter. Wilson now, little hesitation. Oh, Murphy couldn't quite hold on to it. You could feel that he wanted to drag that ball down into a shooting motion. 4 seconds left. Murphy has to fade away. That's a tough shot, fading away, almost behind the backboard. Rebets looks to throw it inside to Dimets, but a little bit of miscommunication between those two. Relatively low scoring first quarter. Both of these two teams exceptional on the defensive end, to be fair. Yes, they can score and score in a hurry, but defensively they really do know how to lock down opponents, and that's what's happened so far. Wilson for three. No good this time. Another rebound for Muric. That's his second of the game. Travelling violation called on Edi Muric. Not the way the game plan was looking for Slovenia. They came in with a fair amount of confidence, like I say, after a successful summer at the Olympics and winning their first two games in the opening qualification window. They would have expected to be on top in this game. They have one possession there, though, much to the dismay of Sean Huff. I imagine his last chance of making it to the World Cup against Sean Huff. 37 years old now. I'm not sure he'd be up for a fight for the 2027 World Cup. That might be a step too far for him and his bones. Jabashik, no good. Let's see where this one falls out. Is it Dimets or is it a foul on Murphy? I think it's Murphy that's going to get blown for that one. Jabashik with the three. And it's just a fight. It's a nice fight to watch, to be fair. There's part of the game that a lot of people enjoy is that big man battle, the physicality that you see down low. Lazic for three. Not this time. Oh, and Dimets manages to hold on to the saving pass back in from Krovat. Rebet comes up short. Jabashik just about grabs the rebound, does. Stolen away though, Wilson. Surprised he didn't put some pace into it. Jamal Wilson does love the transition. That's going to be a foul on Dimets. Just taking the legs away from Murphy. Not intentionally done, but relatively smart foul in the end. It will send Murphy to the free throw line, but if he hadn't fouled him, it probably was going to be a two. Catch and shoot. Palami, no good. Foul call. Is it on Jabashik? I think it might be. That will send Finland to the line. That was their fourth. In fact, their fifth foul. So, yep, Finland will head to the line now. Oh, Wilson, another veteran player alongside Huff, also 37 years of age, but don't get mixed up. Plenty of young talent in this Finnish roster as well. Miro Little, 17 years old. Mikael Jandonen, 21. Elias Valtonen, 22. And Reimo Raitanen, just 24. So they've got a good balance of some veterans and some youngsters on the floor. Next generation of Finnish basketball on show. But one of the vets there takes them out to a 5-point lead as Finland drop into a 2-2-1 zone press. Not really overly aggressive, just trying to slow down Slovenia more than anything. Rebets now comes back round. Strong move to the basket. Krovat draws the foul. Palami whistled for that one. Krovat will head to the free throw line for shots. Again, Krovat, one of the players that wasn't available in the first qualification window, but is now. Kind of a resume as well. Gregor Krovat, two-time Slovenian league winner, one-time Cup winner, as we see Dimets put that one back in. Novak made the first, missed the second, but Dimets is there to clean things up and bring Slovenia within 2. Alami loses the handle. Lazic will bring it up over the half. Offensive foul's going to be called on Dimets, the moving screen. He's frustrated. That's the second foul on Dimets in the first quarter. And we're into the final minute of this first quarter. Wilson now advances it up over the half. Thrown away. So originally he looked to find Murphy, Alex Murphy. He'd flashed away to set the screen for Wilson, and the ball was just thrown out of bounds. Very low scoring first quarter for both of these teams. Both of them averaging, well, Finland averaging 70 points per game, Slovenia 85 in that opening window. At the moment they're on track for less than 60. Chabasic gets to 3, that's a big score. Slovenia take the lead in the closing stages of this first quarter. Offensive foul's going to be called. Hrovat takes the stand. Yandonen called for the offensive foul, just telegraphed what he intended to do. Not really much arguing with that call. Hrovat had established himself. Yandonen didn't really make any attempt to go around. Rebets now. Spin move after spin move, looks for the baseline cut, but it's out of bounds and a finished ball for the final 0.9 seconds of the first quarter. Gets the shot away, off the glass, but no good. And that's the end of the action here in Esport for the first quarter. 10 minutes down, Finland 13, Slovenia 14. Here are the shooting stats from that first quarter, and one of the main reasons why so low scoring is the poor perimeter shooting. Finland 17%, Slovenia 11%. I don't expect that to continue for the rest of the game. Here are some of the best plays from that first quarter of action. Defense led the way, but still some strong plays from both teams across that first quarter. Slovenia just starting to warm up towards the back end of that first quarter. 6 players already registering on the scorebook. Dragic leading the way with just 4 points and a rebound to his name. As for Finland, it's Valtonen who leads all scorers. He has 6 points alongside a rebound as well. Still plenty more to come here. It really was the first quarter where they were just kind of feeling each other out. What did you have to offer? How are you going to approach this game? What pace are we going to agree to run this game at? There's a feeling it's going to warm up as the game progresses. And these teams work out each other's weaknesses on the defensive end, start to capitalize on them. The only threes from both teams in that first half. He's back on the floor, ready to go. More second quarter action. Second quarter underway here in Esport, Finland. Game day 3 of the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 qualifiers. It's Finland against Slovenia. Slovenia lead by a single point at the end of the first quarter. Foul's going to be called, this time on Sean Huff. Down pass, not held by Chabasic, just once again, good defense from Finland. Good transition offense, can't get the score, so they're going to have to come back out. Little now. Feeds the low post, there's the baseline spin, that's nice footwork, but can't get the finish. And the rebound falls to Slovenia eventually. Rupnik, wide open three. String music from distance for Luka Rupnik. Yandonen almost loses possession. Foul is going to be called on Chabasic. It was more like a rugby tackle than it was a basketball play from Jakub Chabasic. Little now, hands it off to Murphy. Murphy goes strong to the basket. And just the speed of the drive to the bucket was enough to lose Žiga Dimec. Skip pass now to Hrovat. Ball's moved back out, not this time though for Rupnik. Slovenia lead by 2. 90 seconds gone in the second quarter. Valtonen almost loses possession. Kicks it out. Huff is open for the jumper. Not this time again. Neither team is really performing well from outside. Foul's going to be called as Sasu Salin, as usual, makes a nuisance of himself on the floor. See Toby coming back in for Slovenia alongside Matsura. Antonen comes in, Huff goes out. Looking maybe for a little bit of blood on the elbow of Mikael Yantonen. So he'll head to the bench to get that sorted out. Someone will have to come in its place. He's only just come in for Huff, to be fair. Palami will come in instead for Finland. Wide open from outside, no good this time. Little just off target, and again, Finland struggling to score from range, and that's going to be a problem if they want to come away with the win here today. They're going to have to start finding some forms from 3. Shot goes up, that's a really difficult shot from Glass. Salin wide open. And Salin can't even get it to go. You know things are drying up if that's the case. On the wing, another attempt, another miss. Smart play in the end by Little, falling out of bounds, throws it off the feet of the Slovenian defense. Remember, Miro Little is just 17 years of age. One of the bright stars of the future of Finnish basketball, no two ways about that. Palami will now head to the bench as Valtonen can take to the floor. Now he's got his elbow all strapped up and covered. Tough against Gregor Glass. Has to come back out. Shot clock at 4. That's a good move to the bucket. Strong play by Alex Murphy. Well, plying his trade in the Japanese B-League for Fukushima Fireball. Scott's enjoying himself. Finland are now tied in the game, 17 apiece. Rovat uses the Toby screen. Blocking foul is called on Valtonen. Toby now hands that one off to Rupnik. Has it stripped away. Out at the races for Finland. Oh, big rejection, but the foul from behind. Matsura called for the foul. We'll send Valtonen to the line for free throws. End of the play there. No good with the first of his 2 free throws. Back to the line for the second. The arena goes deadly silent. Hits the second. Gives Finland the lead again. Takes his personal tally to 7. Oh, and a simple mistake from Lutnik and the pass from Blazic. Finland will get another chance. Baseline drive by Little, scoops it, quick ball movement. Salin nails the 3. Finland's lead is out to 4 points. And Coach Sekulic has had enough. His team aren't solving the problems on the floor themselves, so he's going to call a timeout. Maybe provide them with some answers. 6:48 left in this second quarter. Coach Sekulic himself recovering from an injury. Let's see what he has to say in his huddle. Interesting huddle to be in the middle of as we see the replay of Salin hitting. Beautiful nothing but net 3 from the top. Coach Sekulic just trying to draw up a play, trying to kickstart and get some momentum going for Slovenia at the moment. Offensively, they are certainly struggling. 8-3, they've been outscored in this second quarter. They've only scored 3 points in over 3 minutes. Smart play by Rudnik, felt that Little had overcommitted, left his hands in, just ripped the ball through to draw the foul. Backdoor pass, Blazic gets the easy score. No, he doesn't. Muric, oh, rejected, swatted away. The big hands of Valtonen. Back down to Toby. Quick switch to Blazic. So much time, too much time. Rebound pulled down this time though by Dragic. He'll bring it back out and use the shot clock he's been given. Dragic for three. No good. Toby, no good. Gets the tip back basket waved away. Where's the foul? I think it's on Alex Murphy. Was it on the original shot attempt from Toby? 10 offensive rebounds already for Slovenia. That's pretty impressive going. Finland win the penalty, so either way, Toby will head to the free throw line. This is the first, but gets the second. Little Euro step, no good. Rupnik flies high to pull down the rebound. Neither team still finding their flow offensively, making simple mistakes. Not necessarily the defensive pressure that's causing that. It's a lack of concentration at the moment. Muric drives the lane once again, gives it up though. That's going to be, an offensive foul. That one's called on the Andonen. I think the officials are going to discuss this one. That's a tough call to make either way. If I'm honest, I could call that both as a charge and a block at the same time. The officials agree that it's an offensive foul. I certainly don't envy the officials in those situations. No matter which way you call that, the other team almost rightfully can feel hard done by. Crazy, crazy place to be, but that's where officials end up most of the time, I feel. Blazic, no good, knocked away. Finland give it up again, and both teams just making mistake after mistake after mistake. Really has been a scrappy game between two high-quality teams so far. Slightly maybe plays into the hands of Coach Detman and Finland. They don't really want to get into a free-flowing run-and-gun style, particularly with Slovenia, but even for them it's not paying out at the moment. And another mistake. This time it's Little overthrowing the pass to Sarling. They'll make the change. Little comes out of the game. Sipela comes in. Rupnik now brings it over the half, and you have a feeling that if either team can take control of this game, Rupnik for three, another miss. Offensive rebound falls to Muric this time though, but if a team can take control of the game, they really do have a chance here to gain a big advantage pretty quickly. Foul's going to be called, as Blazic will head to the line. Slovenia haven't been to the line many times so far in this game. They're averaging nearly 32 points a game across their first two games, which is an unbelievable statistic. From the free throw line, that's 11.5 points more than any other European team in the qualifiers so far. Greece and Italy, they scored 20 points from the free throw line, but Slovenia seem to really lean on their ability to get to the free throw line and to execute. At the moment it's not going their way. They're 2 from 5 so far this evening. So they're 50% from the free throw line, 3 from 6 on that score, bringing Finland's lead down to 2 points. Sepala hands it off to Sarling. Sarling for three. Doesn't get the roll. The rebounding battle is ever so physical in the paint. Love to see it. Dragic now. Free flowing, goes to the bucket. Doesn't get the score. That's great defense. What a follow back by Alexander Madsen. Just enough to knock it off the iron. But a poor play by Sipala. He makes up for it as he gets it back. Huff for three. No good for him either. And the perimeter woes continue for both teams. Blazic now. Lob pass inside to Toby, reaches up high to get it. Double team comes across, kicks it out of the double team. Travelling violation called on Dragic. And it will be another turnover. At the moment, Slovenia, 12 turnovers, 9 turnovers for Finland. Finland shooting just over 15% from outside. Slovenia topping that, shooting just over 13%. Bear in mind, across the first qualification window, Finland averaged over 30%. Slovenia did struggle though. Nice pass inside, and Alexander Madsen just floats to the basket, draws the contact, but still stays with the play and gets the score. Finland will be certainly happier with the flow of the game right now. Foul's called. Interesting to see if it's on Sarleen or on Huff. Sean Huff called for the foul. Blazic will head back to the free throw line. Sometimes you'd advise that if you're a little bit stale and can't get the scoreboard ticking over, just get to the basket, be aggressive, draw some fouls. But you do have to make your free throws. Blazic hits the first of his 2 at this trip. And the second. Once again, Finland's lead is trimmed back to just 2 points. A little over 3.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Madsen now looking to find Sarleen, does so. Slovenia sitting in the 3-2 zone, it looks like. Slightly more matchup, actually. Sipala, no good. That one's knocked way back, though. Sarleen, catch and shoot, nails the 3. Sometimes that's the way for shooters. You need to be on automatic, not thinking about the shot, but just taking it. Sarleen takes his personal tally up to 6 now. And Slovenia break the lid on the basket with that score. Oh, and another 3. You wait for one to come along, and then it starts raining triples. Sarleen with another 3. Leading all scorers with 9 points now, Sasu Sarleen. Once again pushing Coach Sekulic into a timeout. Let's hear what he has to say and how Slovenia are going to make the changes.
We need to be a little bit more. We try to play by force, everything. We try to go like with the head to the wall. Let's find a way. Let's be smart, okay? Treba biti pametni. Ne s glavom skozi. Znamo, išćemo rešiti. Find the solution. Okay? Oh, let's go like this. Hey, listen. Because I'm playing this. 4.
Sarleen coming in and taking a real veteran's role. He's been there, done that, 30 years of age now. Averaged 10 points and 5.5 rebounds in the first qualification window. Played at the highest level domestically for so many years now, Sasu Sarleen. Currently playing in Tenerife, has been for a few years. Not a bad spot in the world to play your basketball. Lupnik got a mismatch, but picked up the dribble. Toby now has the mismatch as well. Blazic stumbles his way inside. Catch and shoot from Muric. He comes up short. He's really struggled tonight, yet to score. 0 from 4 from outside, Edu Muric. 4 rebounds, though. Sipala goes inside. A little bit too down low though. And the shot clock's going to expire. The ball is passed out to Murphy, but he's given no time at all to get a shot away. He'll be lucky enough to get the turnover penciled against his name, but really not his fault. 6-point lead for Finland now. It's the 10th turnover of the game for them as well. Both teams have been a little bit profligate with their possession. Certainly need to be a little bit more protective in the second half. Under 2 minutes to play now in the first. Muric, no good again. Finland will come away with it. Good quick ball movement by Finland. Good defense there by Dragic though. Just a rock in the paint for Murphy to crumple against as he hit him. And Finland are in the penalty, so Zoran Dragic, or a full length of the floor to the other end to score his free throws. Penny for the thoughts for Coach Detman right now. His team are in the lead. Things haven't gone all their way though. If Slovenia's shooting had been better, it would be certainly a different tale right now. But it hasn't been, and his team are in the lead, so he'll be thankful for that. Coach Sekulic knows that things have to change up in the second half for his team. Dragic is good from the free throw line with both of his. And continue to move the ball well. Salim for three, not this time. And Muric flies high to pull down the rebound. Dragic now. Skips it to the corner. Muric struggled with his jump shot today so far. Dragic inside to Toby's established nice and low. Blazic, corner three is good. They've taken the seal off the basket at last. Blazic hits the three straight away. Goes across to Toby to thank him for the pass. It was Toby that sucked the defense in. That triple brings Slovenia back within one, and Coach Detman wants to call a timeout. 1 minute and 1 second still to play in the first half. Let's jump into this finish huddle.
Eyes here. Good screen here, after that. Off, make the flat, read it. If it open, if it works, hit the ball here. For example. Just that. If not, good screen, read if it's ice. Normally not. Keep moving in front. One man behind, lift. Set a good screen, get him off there. Here we go, 1 minute, go. Swami, 1 minute. Here we go, 1 minute.
Here's a replay as Toby draws the double team, skips it to the corner to Blazic. Blazic manages to find some form from range and drops the three. Could be a big minute of basketball this. I doubt either team are really going to break away, but you certainly wouldn't mind the momentum and the lead going into the locker room at the half. That does help psychologically, particularly in a low-scoring game that we have here. Sipala gets it up over the half. Drives to the basket, goes to the corner. The pass was slightly off, so it couldn't be an easy catch and shoot for Murphy. Takes it into the paint, but is no good, and Slovenia will come back the other way. Dragic now uses the Toby screen. The door's closed on him though, perfectly by Madsen. Moves it out, Blazic nails the three. Back-to-back three for Jaka Blazic. Shot clock is turned off though, as Finland will look to take the last shot of the first half, and how quickly a game can change from 3 up to 2 down, just like that. Salim is fouled. That's a smart foul though by Blazic. Blazic's just got 2 fouls, so he wants to come out of the game. Doesn't want to pick up his third, particularly as he's got a hot hand with only 5 seconds to play. Timeout's going to be called by Coach Detman. Make the most of these 5 seconds. I'm sure he's got an out-of-bounds play in mind, or his assistant coaches have. Let's listen to what they're going to draw up.
Here. Just put Manny here. You gotta get the basketball. Fake that you go. Get the handoff, but we don't do the handoff. So Sasu goes fake and automatically to player. If not, we have time. Alex, you're here. Quick ball screen, but you slip it. You slip it there. So Hilary, if nothing else, attack. Get to the foul line. Täällä nurkassa. Varmista se, että saa pallon kentällä. Let's go.
And the crowd are certainly going to play their part in today's game. This game is close as we get to the clutch in the 4th quarter, the business end. And expect the roof to lift off this arena in Esport. Slovenia slow back to the floor, making the most of their timeout. Can Finland get the score in this last 5 seconds to either tie the game up or maybe even take the lead into the locker room? The way the first half has gone, a tied half-time might make sense. Here we go, Salin, corner, 3, and it's good! Hits the triple to close out the first half, and that makes sense to me. Sasu Salin has been phenomenal. In fact, no, 0.1 seconds left. They've been sent back out, I'm not sure what for. The officials want to talk things over. I'm not sure whether they want to check whether it was a 3 or a 2. 0.1 seconds. They're going to check the foot placement, I think, of Salin to see if it was a 3 or a 2. Tough to see from where we are, other side of the court in the corner. Hopefully we'll get to see the replays that the officials are seeing. Make our minds up, see if we agree or disagree. Players have to stay on the floor while the officials do this. Let's have a look at the replay. So this is exactly what the officials will be looking through right now. There's the screen for Salin going to the corner. There's 0.8 left as the ball goes through the basket. Is that what they're looking at, or is it whether it was a 3 or a 2? Are going to give the 3. I think what they do is they kind of give what was on the floor, unless they can make any noticeable differences. Let's see what the final thing is. Yeah, 0.9 they put back onto the game clock. Just wait to confirm if it was a 3. I think it is. Yeah, they have kept it as a 3. They couldn't notice that there was a mistake made on the floor. But Slovenia will have 0.9 of a second to work with. They could potentially get a shot away. It's not going to be an easy shot, but they can get one away. Finland just really don't need to foul, that's all. Oh, in fact, they've moved it to 0.4, 0.5. That's what they're going to give. They're going to give 0.5 seconds for Slovenia to work with. Not going to get the shot away in time, and that's going to be the end of the first half here in Espoo, Finland. And what was a bit of a glitchy first half picked up, and at the halfway stage we have Finland 32, Slovenia 31. Here are the shooting statistics. Slovenia still struggling to shoot from outside, as are Finland. They're warming up as we got to the back end of that half, but still plenty to go. The game should be pretty balanced across the board. Rebounding battle relatively balanced. Finland working hard on the defensive end, picking up 5 steals in that first half. Neither team looking after the ball particularly well. Our leading scorer is Sasu Salin, 12 points, all coming from the outside. Blazic leads the offense for Slovenia with 11 points. Here are some of the highlights from the first half of action here in Espoo, Finland. This FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 qualifier between Finland and Slovenia. And this one tagged as a real battle between two very, very good basketball teams. These teams aren't relying on individual superstars. They play pure team basketball, as we can see the Slovenian bench cheering their team on throughout that first half. But it has been a bit of a scrappy first half, as you see from some of the replays that you're showing. Both teams fighting really hard in the paint. The Finnish crowd are certainly making themselves heard and making an impact. But we haven't seen a high-scoring game that maybe we were expecting, particularly from Slovenia. Pretty much everyone they have on the floor has the ability to score and score in bundles. Not happened today, though. Apologies for the issues with the image we're experiencing right now. I think you have the audio of the replays, but there we go. We're back to the correct video feed. That's perfect. But yeah, as you can see, a pretty scrappy first half. But it started warming up in that second quarter as both teams started to find some form from outside, and that's going to be the key. If both teams can shoot the ball well from distance, it's going to mean the paint becomes a little bit freer because both teams are going to have to chase shooters off the perimeter. Blazic and Salin were going head-to-head from range in that first half. They can continue to do that in the second. It really could accelerate the scoring rate and create an exciting second half of basketball for us to watch. Even in a low-scoring game like this, though, you know it's going to be edge-of-the-seat stuff once we get into the last few moments of the fourth quarter. These two teams quite happily knocking lumps out of each other, fighting hard because they know how important the win is. Very early in the World Cup qualification campaign, but they also know that there's no time to take a playoff or take any time off. So at the halfway stage here in Espoo, Finland, it's Finland that lead by a single point, 32 to Finland, 31 to Slovenia. We'll be back with the second half action shortly.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Saa pallon Tobille, Tobi vielä ulos, Blažić pommittaa kolme. Saa pallon Tobille, Tobi vielä ulos, Blažić pommittaa kolme.
Swatted away. What defensive play by Vladimir Mihailovic. Didn't give up on the play. Floated to the bucket with Pearl. Look at him dive for it. He couldn't get up, and his teammate's going to hustle down, save it. They're going to scrap. They're going to get a layup. What a play from Bosnia-Herzegovina. Gagic. They've cut to within 2 points and forced a timeout by Lithuania. It was the hustle of Aiden Adic yet again, diving for the ball, not giving up. Lithuania going in for the kill. What are they going to do? Dimcha. Olasavicius, is he going to miss this one? No, he's not. Terrific stuff from Olasavicius.
28 has the ball a lot, will probe, will play, will cross over and will dunk it down the middle and let the crowd know he is definitely playing fantastically for the French. Unstoppable, they have nothing for that man.
Mannion drops it inside, that's a pass. That's a super pass. I think he gets the two, but Mannion, wow.
Oh, great anticipation, careless pass. And who else but Halilovic for the dunk? This was Halilovic scoring on the break, one of his many highlight reel plays tonight.
Column again. Beautiful pass from Column, thrown down two-handed from Sima.
On to run the other way. Puts it on the floor, looks to attack the defense, steps back, stops, pops. Oh, what a follow! Hillard on the glass, throws it down hard.
Sensational stuff here. And Bosnia-Herzegovina, but Gavish again. This time, he is not going to be denied.
Now Alexander Lipovi. Well, he made 1-3 in the first half, but he's not made another. Oh, how about that? Joel Parra showing just what he's about. Look at this. Around the back, as good as it gets.
Welcome back to Esport in Finland for this FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 qualifier. A cagey affair so far between Finland and Slovenia. At the halfway stage, it's Finland that have the lead.
Pommittaa kolme Saapalon Tobille, Tobi vielä ulos, Blazic. Pommittaa kolme. Löytää vielä ja
Welcome back to Esport in Finland. A little over 90 seconds before we get the second half action underway. Sorry for some of the technical issues we've had on the feed during the half-time break. We've seen an assortment of different highlight clips throughout, but I think we're now sorted as we're getting back to the live action. At the halfway stage, it's Finland leading with the narrowest of leads, just a 1-point lead, and they got that off the back of the hot hand of Sasu Salin, hitting a three from the corner, pretty much on the buzzer of that first half. Cagey affair in the first half, scrappy at times, but really started to boil over towards the end of that second quarter. Both teams starting to find some form from outside and sets us up nicely for what could be a big second half of basketball. Remember, this is game day 3 of potentially 12 as these teams look to qualify for the World Cup in Asia next year. Slovenia expected to be there as Eurobasket champions in 2017. Also expected to be there because they made it to the 4th place in the Olympics in the summer. As for Finland, you know what? I'd expect them to be there. Maybe the rankings suggest that they might not be, but I'm a smarter man than I know to bet against Finland, causing some upsets and getting to the big tournaments. Second half action underway. Game day 3 of the World Cup qualifiers. Finland lead by 1 over Slovenia at the halfway stage. A real physical battle we've had so far here in Esport. Nice quick first step for Ilari Sepala. Seppälä has looked good in the first half, had a few shaky moments, but put in a reasonable performance. Only 2 points to his name, does have 4 assists though, so has helped contribute considerably on the offensive end, particularly in a low-scoring game. To have 4 assists is a pretty good ratio. Goes strong to the basket, gets the score. Seppälä doubling his personal tally within the first 30 seconds of the second half, and Finland lead out to 3. Toby now hands it off to Rupnik. Rupnik slides inside. Muric with a short corner jumper, no good. Muric is going to get called for the foul as Jandonen ends up on the hardwood. And you feel the early stages of this third quarter may be important if a team can stamp their authority on the game, get some offensive consistency going. They could extend the lead out. Seppälä kicks it out. Oh, and the shot is good. This time it's Palami. Nails the 3. And if I'm on the Slovenian bench, the warning signs are starting to show. If Finland get their crowd involved, it adds the 6th man to the equation and becomes a much harder task. Oh, that's just tenacity from Zoran Dragic. Dragged some of the decibels out of the arena. Jandonen hands it back to Seppälä. 4 left on the shot clock. Seppälä goes inside, comes up short, rebound goes along to Toby. That's off the foot of Salin, so it's going to be a Slovenian ball on the sideline. Great to see fans back in the arena making noise. Really does add to the wonderful spectacle that is international basketball. Rupnik elbow jumper, it's good. And both of these teams look far better offensively in the second half than they did in the first already. Only 2 minutes into it. Jandonen looking to back his way down. Not an easy task to back Muric down, but he managed to, and Salin picks up where he left off. Drains the 3. That is 5 3-pointers for Sasu Salin. Dragic gets another score. If there's ever a consistent in the Slovenian jersey, it's usually Zoran Dragic. Continually putting the hustle on the floor on both ends. Just kind of turns up and gets scores where you don't expect it. Lieberman scoring now with 12 points. Shot from way downtown is no good. Muric pulled down the rebound for Slovenia. Rupnik asks Toby to establish down low. He is at the free throw line now. Going to come back out though, set the screen for Rupnik. There's the mismatch. Well read though and intercepted by Finland. Inside and the easy layup for Topias Palami. And Finland back out to a 5-point lead. And the crowd are getting more and more involved. Palami up to 5 points personal as well. Dragic once again draws the foul this time. Putback's going to be waved away from Toby. And Dragic knows that his team need him at the moment. Offensively, it's not working. So he's taking a fair bit of the burden on his shoulders as we see Seppälä head to the bench and Jameer Wilson come into the game. Jameer Wilson, veteran player. Another one of those players that, though, can just flat out score the ball. Playing for the senior national team for 7 years now, Jameer Wilson, as we see Dragic drain the first of his 2. This is the second. Rebound pulled down by Jandonen and handed off to Wilson. Palami hands it back to Jandonen. More fluid offense here from Finland. Oh my goodness, he is unconscious right now. Salim with another 3. That is 6 triples for Sasu Salim, and we're only 4 minutes through the third quarter. Rutnik fakes for the 3, doesn't take it. And Dragic is fouled by Palami. Palami just left chasing down. That was the problem, didn't get around the screen quick enough. Always going to be difficult to recover from that far behind. Dragic back at the line, his 3rd trip. 3 from 4 so far, 4 from 5 now. It's the 2nd as well. Brings Slovenia back within 5. And they're just trying to get the hot hand of Salim the ball right now, but that's opening up the inside, and this is what I talked about at the end of the first half. If either of these teams start shooting the ball well, they're going to find the interior open up a lot more than they'd seen in the first half, and that's exactly the case as we see Eric Murphy just glide completely uncontested to the bucket, pushing Coach Sekulic for Slovenia into a timeout. They need to make some alterations, otherwise Finland are going to run away with this one.
We are now halfway. We don't switch, we don't defend him, you understand? You're halfway. We have to go all the way. Hey, all the way. So, if you say switch, go switch. You can let start from. I don't want it. Stop. We need to stop. No, hey. And I don't want to mess now. Starting to make sure they done. No way. Let's go. Okay? We're good. Let's go. Come on.
A bit more passion from Coach Sekulic in that timeout. He certainly needs to get his team maybe a little bit more physical in the game. Particularly looking at that last play as Eric Murphy just glided to the bucket through the paint with no contest on the defensive end at all. That is not the Slovenian way of basketball, and that's what Coach Sekulic is asking for. How will Slovenia respond? They've got plenty of talent in the roster, plenty of time on the clock. It's time to wake up. Foul's going to be called on Wilson. Veteran play from Dragic, just ripping the ball through as he felt Wilson lean in and reach in. Very rare you see Jamal Wilson with anything but a smile on his face. One of those guys that just loves playing basketball. Dragic now inside to Toby. Toby, free throw line jumper, no good. Wilson with the rebound. Wilson calling for the screen, nothing there right now though. Murphy doesn't take the 3, shot clock down to 8. Finland's offense has kind of faltered in this possession. Palami, no good. Rebound into the hands of Blazic. Blazic now, 3-on-2 break to Toby. Toby going inside, he's got the size advantage and makes it pay. Salim knew not to try and get in the way of Toby there. He was either going to foul him or get injured doing so. Sometimes you just have to let the player score. Foul's going to be called on Muric as he goes toe-to-toe with Jandanen. Jandanen just in the middle of his rookie season, rookie pro season, playing for Oostende in Belgium. One of many bright sparks for the future of Finnish basketball. Into the corner, wide open, and the 3 is good. And Slovenia's body language is changing. They're starting to become a little bit negative, a little bit more dejected by what's happening. They need to snap out of it fast. They trail by 8 now. Jandanen with the first points for him. Dragic spills the ball, that's a rarity. Out of the races, doesn't get the score, but Finnish players fighting over the offensive rebound, and they'll get the putback for 2. A game high, first double-digit lead now for Finland. That scoreboard was wrong, it's just 8 points. Oh no, it is 10. Finland will make some changes as we see Huff and Madsen come back in. And this is how the Finnish roster has grown over the years. Originally they had a strong 5 or 6, and now they go almost all the way down their roster with talent. And when players aren't available, there's equivalent talent ready to step up. Dragic fakes the 3, goes inside. Toby's established way down deep. Doesn't get the score though, gets his own rebound and gets the put in. Madsen can't afford to allow a player of Toby's quality to take him down that low in the paint and lock him out. It's only going to end up in points and potentially fouls as well. Dragic called for the foul as Jandanen with a little hesitation draws him in. Finland lead at 8, 3:40 left in the third quarter. Wilson drives inside. Doesn't get the score. Dragic was looking for the offensive foul, but I think he was inside the restricted zone. Rebec now looking for some space, but can only hook it around the corner and throw it to Huff. Salin back to Huff. Skips it to the weak side. Wilson for 3. Too heavy-handed, and Toby scoops up the air ball. The crowd urging the Finnish team on. Dragic, little Euro step inside, gets the score. And once again, Slovenia lean on Zoran Dragic to get them back into it. He's up to 17 points now. Foul's going to be called on Chabasic. He doesn't understand the call. I'd say it was because you pretty much knocked Jantanen to the floor. I think that's what the officials have blown for. He's going to see Chabasic head out and Gregor Hrovat come into the action. In fact, Chabasic stays in. Jantanen will head to the free throw line as both teams are in the penalty now. Still a little under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. This is the first of his 2. Carl Jantanen already has 7 rebounds to his name. And 6 points now. Although Finland at the moment feel like they kind of control the game, they have the reins of the game. They're only 7 points in the lead. They really need to capitalise while momentum is swinging in their favour. I can almost guarantee you at some point it will swing back to Slovenia for a phase. And if they're not far enough ahead, Slovenia can be deadly. Hrovat back to Rebec. Dragic, no good. Rebound, Hrovat. Dragic slides to the basket, gets the score. No, he doesn't, but does draw the foul. I think that one's going to be on Alexander Madsen. Dragic will head back to the free throw line. Dragic really has taken the team on his shoulders. Some of his teammates have struggled through this game to find their rhythm offensively. Finland have certainly knocked them off their rhythm whenever they found a little phase of play, but the one consistent, as has often been the case with this Slovenian roster, is Zoran Dragic. Dimec comes back into the game as Toby heads to the bench. Dragic now up to 19 points, 4 rebounds. He's 6 from 11 from the field. He's only been on the floor 21 minutes. Wilson now. Palami feeds the low post. Valtonen looking to go to work, backing his way inside. Drawing the contact twice, gets the shot up. Draws the foul off Dragic. Valtonen heads to the free throw line. Another one of the stars of the future, 22 years old. This is the first, neither team been where they'd like to be from the free throw line. It's the second note. Finland's lead creeps back up to 6. As Finland apply a full court zonal press, and they've got him into Coffin corner. Hrovat almost falls out of bounds, but been around the game long enough to know how to get himself out of those tough spots. Throws it off the leg as we see the mascot photo bombing our coverage. Dragic now uses the back screen from Dimets, almost loses the handle, drives inside. Foul's going to be called. The crowd join Madsen in questioning the call from the official. Looked like the good call for where we are. But Dragic will head to the free throw line again. Let's have a look at the play. I think it's the right call. Not bringing the arms in, but his chest is bumping against Dragic as he tries to go to the basket. He's certainly not standing still, and he's not retreating. Dragic hits the first of his two, taking him to 20 points personal now. Really is completely dominating the Slovenian scoring. Only one other player in double digits, that Jaka Blazic, who has 11. That's an interesting stat as well. Dragic has been able to draw 7 fouls from the Finnish team. You have to bear in mind, the Finnish team have only committed 20. So a third of the fouls they've committed have been against Zoran Dragic. Palami inbounds it to Wilson. 1:44 left in the third quarter. Finland up by 4 now. Foul's going to be called, this time on Rebec. Both teams in the penalty, so we're seeing plenty of trips to the free throw line in this third quarter. Finland currently 5 from 8 from the free throw line, while Slovenia are 14 from 18. At 5 from 9 now for Finland. It could be costly part of their game. And Slovenia shooting 78%. Wilson hits the second of his 2 free throws. It's a big 90 seconds of basketball now. Oh, big rejection. As Dragic just gets reminded that it's not easy to score points in the paint. As we see Valtonen come in and remind him whose house this is. Shot goes up and he's good. That one rattles home. That's taken the air out of the arena. Chabasic dropping the wing 3. Palami comes back out to Wilson. Slovenia are now within 2. Wilson, little hesitation, didn't create the space. That was a travelling violation for Jamal Wilson. He has struggled today, 0 from 5 from the field, Jamal Wilson. He's going to head to the bench as we see Sapela head back in. Slovenia are going to make the change as well. That is going to come in for Finland as well. Sapela back into the action. Rebec now looking for options in front of him. Thrown away by Hrovat. Little brings it back the other way for Slovenia. The three is open and the three is scored. Alexander Madsen. And after an atrocious first half performance from outside for Finland, they have lit the ignition on this one. Big shot after big shot here. Oh, and Rebec once again just finds a lane to score. And Slovenia just continue to find a way through. Find a gap in the paint that they can exploit. About a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So Slovenia may have some time to play with in the final shot of the third quarter. Sapella almost loses the handle. He does. It's stolen away. And the easy score to bring Slovenia to within one. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. And although Finland looked like they were in control for vast swathes of that third quarter, Slovenia are only a point behind. At the three-quarter break, it's Finland 58, Slovenia 57. Here are the shooting percentages. As you can see, Finland shooting well from outside. Slovenia getting the majority of their points inside at a high percentage. But a big 10 minutes ahead of us here in Espoo, Finland. Here are the best plays from that third quarter of action. Finland really did look good. Really, for the first 6 or 7 minutes, they put Slovenia to task. They looked like they were taking the momentum and controlling the game. Shooting the ball well from the outside. But then that man there, Zoran Dragic, stepped up, took his team on his shoulders, kept finding a way to the bucket and brought the team back in. And that's why at the end of the third quarter, although Finland looked like they were starting to dominate the game, they only lead by a single point. And as many would have predicted, you feel that this game is going to go down to the wire as the teams keep trading baskets. Still plenty of action ahead of us, and remember, this game may finish, but these two teams will meet again in this qualification window. They face up against each other on Monday. I'm fortunate enough to be the one commentating that one as well, and based on today's game, I'm already looking forward to it. Fourth quarter action underway. What has been an epic battle between two very impressive teams. Finland lead by a single point at the end of the third quarter. Little now slows it down for Finland. Comes back to Madsen, who's got Dimets guarding him. Dimets steps out, almost knocks it away. Little open for three. Not this time. Hrovat picks up the rebound. You just feel the tempo of the game starting to pick up. Walking pace is moving to jogging pace, and players are starting to put a little bit more on the floor. Oh, beautiful little crossover to create the space and the score for Rebec. Foul's been called, but Slovenia take the lead on the back of that one. Madsen drew the foul. Dimets called for the foul. It was in the battle for the rebound that wasn't there. Good quick hands by Rebec. He's not going to get there. He is going to slide all the way almost out of the arena. And Hrovat goes over to help him to his feet. It'll be a finished ball on the sideline. Got no time to get it over the half. The pass is going to have to be thrown from there into the front court, which makes it difficult, but they managed to secure possession. Not easy for Finland. Nice crossover, but the ball is lost. And that's going to be Slovenian ball on the baseline. Turnover for Valtonen. Are Finland going to make the crowd the sixth man? They've been in it at moments in the game. They've got behind their team. But a Finnish crowd on full song certainly adds to the game. Oh, that's a strong move. Misses the layup though. Dimets doing the garbage work and collecting a couple of elbows around the back of his head for his hard work. He'll head back to the free throw line. Foul called on Ilya Valtonen. First foul of the final quarter for either team. Alex Murphy will come into the game as Alexander Madsen heads to the bench, and this really is an important phase of the game for Finland now. If Slovenia are able to pull away, get a 7-8 point lead, it makes it very difficult for Finland to fight back into it. Dimets though misses the first of his two. Scores the second. Finland will make the change as we see Huff head out and the Antonen come back in. Pass inside, that wasn't an easy one to take. It's kicked back out to Murphy. Nails the three. That's a big shot and a big moment of the game. That ties this one up at 61 apiece. And moments like this, games like this, when you truly see which players have ice flowing through their veins. Corner three, no good. Rebound fight continues to be, but they're out in the transition. Finland, they look for the flush. But the foul is called. Rebet's called for the foul. Finnish crowd, Finnish players maybe asking for an unsportsmanlike. I'm not sure that's the case. Just looked like good hard defense for me. Valtonen will head to the line for free throws. Really sure if he'd flushed it, that would have made the highlight reels. It's the first of his two from this trip. And the second. Slovenia struggling to get the ball up into their offense now, and they forced a turnover. Great defense, not just from Little, but from Finland as a unit. They're increasing the pressure being applied. As we see the Warrior come back on the floor when times get tough, Slovenia lean on Zoran Dragic. Can he do it again? Been doing it throughout this game, to be fair. Is there enough gas in the tank for him to play the last 8 minutes? Because they may need him to if they want to walk away with the win, keep their unbeaten record alive here in the qualifiers. Murphy drives to the basket. Comes back out, corner. Salin, what did you expect? He hits the three. To say he has a hot hand is an understatement. Everything he touches turns to gold right now. Sasu Salin is on fire. 21 points for Salin, 7 from 10. And he's only shot the ball from outside. He's only scored from outside. Coach Sekulic calls a timeout. Let's see if we can hear what his huddle has to say. How many replays can you pick out of this game? Seeing Salim just nailing 3 after 3 after 3 from all over the floor as well. It's not like he's got a hot spot on the floor. Just give him a glimmer of light from range, and he is dropping it every time right now. A little bit of physical confrontation. Chubasic being involved. A little confrontation with Yandanen. Rupnik now to bring it up over the half. Can Slovenia fight their way back in again? They're down by 5, 7.5 minutes to play. Finland's defense falling apart slightly. Blazic. Offensive foul as he pushes a little away with his loose hand with his left hand. The right call from the officials. Well, they look to go straight back to Salim. Oh, Slovenia just going to keep him out of the game now. Looks like they are. Shot goes up, air ball though. That was a very difficult shot to take. Shot clock was running down. They did need to do something with it. Dragic. Dimets, good pass across court, but Blazic wasn't open. Chubasic was, but doesn't get the 3 to drop. And Finland will come back again. It's wave after wave of blue jersey right now. Fakes the 3, sidestep, takes the 3 over the back and catches one of the supports to the basket, so it will be a Slovenian ball. Blazic now. Which of the Slovenian players are going to step up and be their hero to help them walk away with the win? Rupnik, nice little crossover, but loses possession. Dimets throws the elbow. That's going to be an offensive foul. As Alex Murphy takes the oversized Dimets elbow full to the face. Dimets is arguing, what am I supposed to do? I'm just bringing my arms over to shoot the ball. Let's have a look at the replay. It's that move there to clear the space. It's the right call by the officials. Again, it's not a natural movement that he's going up for the shot. He's swinging his arm to the side just to create enough space to get the shot away. It just so happens that poor Alex Murphy had his jaw in the way. Finland up by 5, under 6.5 minutes to play. You'd love to say that this was an upset, but Finland have become so good at that. I'm not sure we can class them as upsets anymore. Oh, another 3. This time it's Yandanen. He's getting in on the act as well, and Finnish lead extends to 8. The crowd are in full voice now, and they hit the hardwood to steal it back. What's going to be called? Jump ball is called as Yandanen pumps the fists. Finland are just giving more at the moment. Plays like that truly show you where the hustle is, and at the moment it's Finland that are killing themselves more. Throwing himself on the floor. 21-year-old giving it all he's got. Up by 8. 10 points is the biggest lead of the game for Finland. Can they extend beyond this? And if they do, can Slovenia answer back? Little to the basket. Looked like he drew contact, nothing called. Dragic comes down and draws the foul off Murphy. He's going to go over and check that Dragic is all right. It was an accidental contact. No team foul situation for Finland, though. Just the second of the quarter. Slovenia in the penalty. That, on top of the 8-point lead for Finland, certainly puts them in the driving seat. You never write Slovenia off, though. The experience and the talent they have in their roster really is world class. Blazic now being guarded closely by Murphy. Dragic for three, swatted away and saved. What a play by Valtonen. Real high IQ play, gets the block but saved the possession as well. Salin moves it to the wing, drives, swatted. Great defense by Toby. Got beaten on that first step, but recovered well. Dragic baseline drive, easy finger roll for the two. Takes some of the sting out of the arena as well. Brings Slovenia back to within 6. Dragic up to 23 points now. He's doing everything he can. Salin for three, not this time. Just his 4th miss out of 11 attempts from deep. Sasu Salin. Into the game comes Jamal Wilson. He's not had the best of nights so far, Jamal Wilson. But he's a big game player as well. Alongside him, another veteran comes back onto the floor, Sean Huff. Finland now leaning on some of their more experienced players. Their youth have got them to this stage. Can their experience, their vets, take them across the line? Dragic asking for the screen from Toby again. Wants to run a little pick and roll. Toby's held back, can't hold on to it. And Wilson steals possession. Jandanen looking for some work in the low post. Gets positioning, gets the score over Mike Toby and Edu Miric. And the young guns continue to get things done. Dragic. Back to Rupnik, long three. That one's no good. High arcing rebound. It's on the floor. It's going to get tied up. That'll be a jump ball. As both teams sacrifice their body to the hardwood. Finland's lead is at 8. Look at the expectation, the excitement in the Finnish fans. There's the high rebound. Blazic not giving it up. Huff not giving it up. Both of them ending up in a pile on the floor. Sideline possession for Slovenia on the possession arrow. Toby now hands it off to Rupnik. Blazic, that was a big shot, doesn't get it to fall though. Jandanen hugs the ball like a newborn baby. How important was that rebound for him? Foul's going to be called on Muric. Muric is not happy with the officials. He needs to be careful. They certainly don't need a technical foul at this stage of the game. Finland will head back to the free throw line. Mikael Jandanen will make his way there. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, that's an easy call for the officials. It's more of the wrist than the ball that Muric has pulled on. That stretches Finland's lead out to an equaling game high, 10 points now. 73-63, 3:17 left on the game clock. This is asking a lot of Slovenia now. Backdoor cut, Blazic doesn't get the score, draws the foul. Smart foul by Salin. Blazic at the line, a good free throw shooter historically, 81% in the first qualification window. And I've jinxed him, put the commentator's curse all over him. And this is the first of his two. when they needed the most as well, and it's mistakes like that at this level that are just unforgivable. Misses the second as well, but grabs his own rebound and draws another foul. What a play by Jaka Blažić. And if there's a testimony to the type of player he is, that's it. If he makes a mistake, he wants to make amends. Puts it all out there for his team, for his country. And as we see, Jandonen hobble off the floor, slightly worrying. I'm sure the medical staff will deal with him as Valtonen has come back on. This time Blažić is good with the first. This could be a long 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Both teams in the penalty. The free throw line may play its part in deciding who wins this game. Murphy now. The double team comes across, and for some reason he walked himself into the corner. Blažić, double fake, doesn't get the score, fakes himself out almost, fades away, draws the foul, and Blažić is making hard work of the Slovenia fight back. Well, maybe Blažić just likes heading back to the free throw line. Timeout's going to be called at this stage. I think that's a smart timeout by Coach Detman and his staff. Game's just starting to tilt a little bit towards Slovenia. 2 minutes 53 to play. Finland lead by 8. What has this Finnish huddle got to say? What is Coach Detman and his staff going to say?
Let's go. Press fake, and then let's get the diamond zone. Let me get. Get Elias open here. Play forward. We go lefty, so we clear out this bonus. So that's when you get here, cut with, take off. Shoulders up and dive. Lefty. So Elias will attack the closeout. Their bonus. That's on here. Jump there. So just normally. If it's not there, keep pulling and moving the ball. Go first. As the ball flash, lefty, retry.
Whenever you see a high-performing team in any context, like you saw there, all players involved, a joint leadership model is what Finland operate. Veterans taking a role in the timeout, working with each other to find the solution. And that's why they've outperformed what many people ever expect of them. And a prime example here tonight. They lead by 8. Slovenia are starting to push their way back into this one. Blažić will head to the free throw line coming out of that timeout. A chance to reduce Finland's lead to 6 and really put the game in the balance with a little under 3 minutes to play. And Blažić's woes from the free throw line continue. And I can't take any credit for that one. I kept my mouth shut throughout his free throw. Misses the second as well, but Muric pulls down the rebound. Foul is going to be called on Valtonen, I think. Muric will head to the free throw line, and Slovenia are wise old owls in this situation. They're happy to grind it away from the free throw line. They do need to start making some free throws though, as Blažić went 0 from 2 on that last trip. Muric misses the first of his 2. They were shooting well from the free throw line earlier. They're now down to 17 from 28, dropping to about 60%. It's the second. Finnish lead reduced to 7. Wilson double teamed. Almost coughs up possession, but holds on to it. Wilson will go coast to coast and get the score. Might have not had the best night, but this is what Jamar Wilson does. The clutch moments turn up and he revels in the pressure, and the performance level just goes through the roof. Blažić now in the corner. Toby fighting hard in the low post. Blažić no good. Rebound pulled in though. Muric tries to draw the foul. Toby grabs the rebound, goes and gets the 2. That's a big score by Mike Toby. Foul's going to be called on Luka Rutnik. That will send Wilson to the line for 2 free throws, and this is the problem that Slovenia have now. Because of the early fouls in this quarter, they don't have any leeway to work with as they get to the business end of the game. Almost every time, they're now sending guys to the free throw line at the other end. It does stop the clock, but they rely on the Finnish players crumpling under the pressure of the free throw line. And that pays off this time for Slovenia as Wilson misses the first of his 2. It's the second. 2 minutes 10 to play. What a big 2 minutes this could be for their entire World Cup qualification. Blazic has it swatted away into the hands of Dragic for 3. No good. Rebound pulled down by Finland. Wilson now, and Slovenia know they can't really afford to foul. Finland will try and run as much clock down as they can. The shot clock's at 7. Strong move to the basket, knocked away by Toby. Finland will be left with 4.7 seconds on the shot clock to work with. 100 seconds left in the game. An 8-point lead for Finland. Are they coming away with the shock win here tonight? It feels like they are. Salin, jumper, it's good! I think it was only a 2 this time. It's the 2. Gets the score, his first 2-point field goal of the game. Lead back out to 10. Dragic with the tough play. Finland draw the foul though, and they'll walk the length of the floor again to the free throw line. Dragic still complaining that he was fouled at the other end of the floor, holding the back of his head. It's Wilson once again at the free throw line. This time he's good with the first. Rattles home the second as well. Once again, Finland's lead back out to 10, under 90 seconds to play. Timeout's been called. Coach Sekulic knows that they need some magic. He's complaining to the officials. But they need to really up their game. Let's hear what the Slovenian huddle sounds like. Mountain now for Slovenia to climb as they come back out of the huddle. What a comeback this would be. 1 minute 28 to play. They're down by 10. Weirdly, I still struggle to write them off. Many teams you might write off at this stage. Not a Slovenian side packed with the amount of talent that this team is. Packed with the amount of experience that the 5 on the floor have. Pass to Dragic in the low post. They're going to have to score quickly if they can. Dragic goes to the left hand, no good. Rebound pulled in, foul called. Valtonen will head to the other end of the floor to take free throws. And he is cheered every step of the way by the huge crowd in the arena here. Zoran Dragic looking dejected. He's put everything he can out onto the floor. He's probably one of the few Slovenian players that you can truly say has performed up and above where he should be. 25 points. As we just wait for Rupnik to join the free throw lineup. And Valtonen can go again. It's the first of his two. That takes it to a game-high 11-point lead now for Finland. Surely this is too far for Slovenia to come back. They need to lean on the three now, and they need to shoot them early in the shot clock. Oh, what a rebound! Ripped down one-hander by Jannonen. And Finland will just leech the clock out. 4 seconds left. Little kicks it out. Wide open. Murphy. Three! Surely that's the nail in the coffin that kills off Slovenia here today. What a big shot by Alex Murphy. 1:05 to play. 14-point lead for Finland. For Slovenia, this potentially now moves into damage limitation. Salin celebrating the three before it even goes through. That's the confidence that this team have in one another. And the crowd are on their feet. They know this is a big win, a big step forward for Finland's hopes of making it to their second World Cup. Oh, drains the three. Mark Toby takes a few volume levels out of the air. Little now with possession. They just need to run the clock. They don't even need to think about scoring, but Little goes to the basket, misses, rebound pulled down. They'll run a bit more clock. Salin now. Back to Little. The game here is decided. It's about points difference, which could play a part in the qualification. Shot goes up, no good. Rebec will bring it the other way. Slovenia will want to try and chip away at least another score out of the game. Rebec now. Blazic for three. Nails the three. Jaka Blazic. 13 seconds to play, and Finland are picking up another historic win in front of their home fans. He's saying go for the score. Salin gets the score. Dietman was screaming. Coach Dietman was screaming at his team to go for the score. It's about points difference. That could play a part, but it's a monumental win here for the home team. Finland putting on a show, beating fourth-placed Olympic Slovenia, beating the reigning Eurobasket champions. And a lot of it was built on the youth of tomorrow for Finland. What a game. The final score here in Espoo is Finland 86, Slovenia 76. Here are your shooting percentages, and Finland putting on a show from outside. 14 three-pointers out of 34. Slovenia leading the rebounding battle, but it was a range war for Finland. They were dropping long bombs all the way. Joint leading scorers, Salin with 25 for Finland. Dragic did everything he could for Slovenia, notching up 25. What a game we've had here. Unbelievable performance from the home team. Plenty for them to celebrate. I'm sure they'll enjoy the adulation that their crowd are giving them. And rightfully so. What a performance from so many players. Sasu Salin will get a lot of the plaudits, a lot of the credits, as the crowd are going nowhere. The game's over, but they are going nowhere. They are showing their appreciation for their team in what is another big result on their home soil. Certainly is a different Finnish team you face when you play them in Finland. The sixth man has a huge impact. Plenty of big performances. As I say, Sasu Salin will get the plaudits As we look at some of the best plays of the second half, Salin with 25 points, 7 from 11 from three-point land, 64% his shot today from outside. Unbelievable. 3 other players on double digits. Jandonen with 13 points and 11 rebounds. He's picked up his double-double. He's just 21 years of age. 11 points for Valtonen. He has 11 points and 6 rebounds, as well as a steal, and unbelievably 4 blocks. And then Alex Murphy with 10 points. Big performances across the board as Coach Detman ran his roster throughout. As for Slovenia, they didn't have enough today. They looked a little bit shell-shocked in the fourth quarter as Finland and the crowd really rallied them. Zoran Dragic lead the way for them. He had 25 points and 6 rebounds. Blazic, 16 points and 4 rebounds. Blazic was 3 from 9 from outside. The only other player in double digits was Mike Toby. He had 12 points, 10 rebounds. The almost usual double-double for the Slovenian big. But it's the plaudits that have to go to Finland here today. They move to a 2-1 record. Slovenia move to a 2-1 record as they vie for top spot in Group A. Remember, Sweden and Croatia will face each other later today, so that result will affect the final standings from the day. And remember, there's also game day 4 within this qualification window, and these two teams will meet up again. And it will be on Monday, but this time it will be in Slovenia. And that is a whole different ball game when you face Slovenia on their home soil. And I'm sure they're even more motivated by the result here today. They'll want some revenge, some retribution. And they'll also have half an eye on the head-to-head score, trailing by 10. Slovenia will want to win by at least 11 to claim the head-to-head over Finland, because that can play its part. But what a game we have had here in Espoo. A wonderful advertisement for World Cup basketball. Here's the standings as they are. Finland top the table, Slovenia just behind them. Croatia and Sweden still to play this evening. That will affect the result here. But the final score here in Espoo in Finland is Finland 86, Slovenia 76, in a wonderful game of basketball. Sasu Salin just unstoppable tonight for the Finnish team. 25 points, 7 from 11 from outside. He's the hero of the hour as Finland top the table.